Turquoise Hotel side. A tragedy in 5 supposed stars. Oh, my sweet summer children. Gather round, for I shall spin you a tale so wretched, so unholy, that you will clutch your pearls and weep for the state of humanity. This is the story of Turquoise Hotel side, a name that promises the cerulean bliss of the Mediterranean and delivers well, a landfill in polyester disguise. Act I, the grand deception, or how they lied to my face, picture it. Me, a delicate flower of refined taste, and let us be honest, insane expectations, stepping into what was promised to be a 5-star paradise. The website showed marble floors, infinity pools, and rooms so pristine you could eat off the floor, though, spoiler, you wouldn't want to. But reality, oh ho ho, reality was a slap in the face with a wet sock. The lobby smelled like regret and cheap air freshener. The staff, less welcoming committee, more zombies who just remembered they forgot to quit their jobs. Their English was creative. Imagine playing charades, but the prize is basic human needs like clean towels or not finding a cockroach in your soup. Act I. The room of horrors, a haunted house, but worse, my garden view suite, a bold term for concrete dystopia. The walls had more stains than a toddler's art project. The furniture. Vintage means salvaged from a 1998 yard sale. The bed, clean sure if you ignore the mystery crust on the sheets. And the noise, sweet suffering seagulls, the noise. Every night, some poor soul was forced to perform karaoke directly beneath my window, as if the gods themselves demanded my suffering. The walls were so thin, I could hear my neighbor's existential crisis in Dolby surround sound. Act I. The culinary crimes, a buffet of despair, the food. Oh, the food. Imagine a school cafeteria, but sadder. The Asian night featured sushi that looked like it had been assembled by someone who only heard of Japan in a fever dream. The butter, margarine, the audacity, and the flies, so many flies. They hovered over the food like tiny, winged food critics, and honestly, they had better standards than me at this point. Act IV. The beach of broken dreams, a post-apocalyptic shoreline, the beach. Oh, my sweet, naive heart, I expected powdery sand, crystalline waves. What I got? A postcard from Sewageville. The sand was more gravel, the water more questionable broth. And the sunbeds, a Hunger Games situation, wake up at dawn or perish. Act V. The final betrayal, or why I will never trust again. The staff's indifference was artistic. Requests vanished into the void. Complaints were met with shrugs. The luxury spa, a closet with a $35 price tag. The gym, a treadmill and a single dumbbell for shared suffering. And the cockroach in the lobby, a feature not a bug. Literally, epilogue, a warning to the innocent if you value sanitation, peace, or basic human dignity. Run far, run fast. This isn't a hotel. It's a psychological experiment to see how much disappointment one soul can endure.
Businesses near Turquoise Hotel side, the area around Turquoise Hotel side is troubling. If you were hoping for charming little cafes, authentic Turkish hospitality, or even just basic competence, prepare to be disappointed. The businesses here operate under a strict code of mediocrity, where overpricing, poor service, and outright scams are not exceptions, they're the norm. Let's start with the wellness industry, which here is neither well nor industrious. Spas near Turquoise Hotel side seem to operate on the principle of relax at your own risk. Take Q Spa Wellness, for example, a place where tranquility goes to die. Guests report a chaotic experience where relaxation is interrupted by aggressive upselling from a neighboring cafe, which, by the way, is not even part of the spa, but somehow still demands payment for the tea they didn't order. Imagine getting a massage only to be ambushed by a man insisting you owe him for a cup of coffee you never drank. The spa manager, instead of preventing this, just shrugs and offers to refund the money, as if that fixes the fact that their business is run like a roadside hustle. Treatments are rushed, the rooms are cold, and the promised luxury is about as real as the cucumber in their so-called spa water. Then there's the dining scene, a tragicomedy of overpriced food and undercooked schemes. Q Beach Restaurant Lounge is a masterclass in how to ruin a seaside view. The food here is so disappointing it makes airplane meals look gourmet. Guests describe pizzas that resemble cardboard, calamari that's passable only because everything else is worse, and a salmon dish that's been murdered twice, once by overcooking, and again by whatever they call avocado sauce. But the real crime isn't just the food, it's the atmosphere of suspicion. One diner reported their bill suddenly couldn't be processed by card, only for the payment terminal to magically start working when they threatened to leave. Another family was told their children had to ride in the car trunk because the driver didn't feel like making a second trip. and if you dare leave a bad review, the owner hunts you down like a debt collector, demanding you delete it, sometimes even hijacking your phone to post a fake 5-star rating himself. This isn't customer service, it's customer extortion. As for quick eats, Olimpo's Gyros Catering proves that even something as simple as wrapping meat in bread can go horribly wrong. Their gyros are so dry they could double as roofing materials, the tzatziki is just sad yogurt water, and the fries come in portions so small you'd think they were rationing potatoes. One guest described biting into a chicken tender and realizing it had the texture of a leather sandal, inedible but at least durable. The staff, meanwhile, treat special requests like "no fries on my sandwich" as personal insults, debating your order loudly as if you'd ask them to defuse a bomb. And if you complain, they'll argue with you until you give up, because admitting fault would violate their strict policy of never improving. What does all this mean for travelers? Simple: the businesses near Turquoise Hotel side are not here to serve you, they're here to survive you. Expect hidden charges, defensive management, and food that will make you question why you ever left your hotel. The few decent experiences are so rare they feel like mirages. So what should you do? Stick to trusted chains, eat at your hotel, or better yet, pack snacks. Because in this neighborhood, the only thing more shocking than the prices is the fact that any of these places are still open. Enjoy your stay, or at least try to survive it.
Like, I've been looking into crimes near Turquoise Hotel side, and it's just so sad what's going on there. Business near Turquoise Hotel side are like, so nice on the outside, but sometimes they're just trying to take advantage of tourists. So like, there's this one scam where restaurants present a menu with reasonable prices, but then they deliver a super inflated bill at the end of the meal. Like, can you believe that? They might even give you a menu in English with high prices, while locals get a Turkish menu with normal rates. It's like, how could you, right? You're just trying to enjoy your meal, and then they hit you with this crazy bill. I bet the victims were so shocked and upset, like, what am I supposed to do now? Probably they tried to argue with the waiter, but sometimes the staff might even threaten to call the police if the bill isn't paid. It's just so wrong, And then there's this other thing where some bars in the area serve fake or watered-down spirits to tourists. Like, seriously, how could you do that to someone? It's like you're just trying to have a good time, and then you end up getting sick from some fake alcohol. I heard there were cases where tourists had to go to the hospital because of this. It's just so scary, Business near Turquoise Hotel side are like, so sneaky sometimes. There was this one case where shops displayed designer goods or Turkish carpets at a special offer price, but then the final bill was much higher due to added taxes or fees. Like, come on, how could you do that to someone? It's like you're just trying to buy a nice souvenir and then they hit you with this extra charge. I bet the victim was so angry and frustrated, like, why did you lie to me? Probably they tried to argue with the shop owner, but sometimes they might even lock the door until you pay the extra amount. It's just so wrong, And like, have you ever heard of this gift scam in local markets? Vendors might offer you a sample of Turkish delight or a small trinket as a gift, but then they demand payment after you accept it. Like, seriously, how could you do that to someone? It's like you're just trying to be nice and accept a gift, and then they're like, no, you owe me money. I bet the victims were so shocked and upset, like, I thought this was a gift. Probably they tried to walk away, but the vendor might even follow them, demanding payment.